Hey everyone, it's Marisol and I'm back. The awkward potato has returned after a year of ignoring my channel and forgetting that it even existed. I am back with a book review, and the book review for today is on Confess by Colleen Hoover. I love all the books Colleen Hoover writes. This one, I enjoyed this one, but I would still have to say Ugly Love is my favorite. This one, I love this one. I'm just gonna read the back because my summaries are kind of long, so this one just gives you like an overview, so I'm gonna read this one instead. Auburn Reed has lost everything important to her. In her fight to rebuild her shattered life, she has her goals in sight and there is no room for mistakes. But when she walks into a Dallas art studio in search of a job, she doesn't expect to find a deep attraction to the enigmatic. I think that's how you say it. If not, oh well, no one's perfect. Artist who works there, Owen Gentry. For once, Auburn takes a chance and puts her heart in control, only to discover that Owen is keeping a major secret from coming out. The magnitude of his past threatens to destroy everything Auburn loves most, and the only way to get her life back on track is to cut Owen out of it. To save the relationship, all Owen needs to do is confess. But in this case, the confession could be much more destructive than the actual sin. In her magnificent and exceptional style, Colleen Hoover delivers once again a deeply moving story about how true love and family are ties that can never be broken. Don't mind the glare. That's the curse that comes with wearing glasses. Anyways, let's get into it. Owen and Auburn start this love, but Auburn soon tries to break out of it because she realizes that Owen could be the thing that's keeping her from getting what she wants. And I'm not going to say what she wants because spoiler, so that will be later on. But she's just trying to get away from him because she doesn't want anything to interfere with her main goal. Let's talk about Auburn first. So for her, at the very beginning of the book, she's 15 and something crazy is going on and it's really sad. I don't know, I didn't cry. I mean, it was sad, but I didn't cry because I wasn't that connected to cry. Fast forward a couple years later and she's in Texas, and she grew up in Portland and then she had to come down for Texas for some unknown reasons that we don't know until later. And you can tell that she's really unhappy, so she kind of keeps to herself. She's kind of like a loner. Owen is an artist, and he has his own studio and stuff. He's a different kind of artist. I'm probably going to say it because it tells you at the very beginning of the book what kind of art he does and how he gets inspired by it. So I don't know if it's really a spoiler. Owen paints confessions, and probably sounds really weird. So what that is that people leave confessions, and they could be really crazy or they could be really mild or whatever. But people write their confessions and they slip them in through his door, and he reads them, and whichever one tugs at him more, he paints that, which I thought was so cool. I wish I could do that. Oh, the cool thing about the book is that there are pictures of paintings all over, towards the middle. You can feel it because the pages are different, but they have the actual paintings in color, which they're beautiful. I think there's more scattered throughout. I think the book is great. My rating for it would be a 4 out of 5 stars. There were some things that, the problems that were going on, could have been solved faster and easier. I felt that they could have solved their problems a little sooner because in my opinion, I felt like this much was just them dragging it on, and then this much was left for them to solve it. Explaining things a little bit more. I'm not going to say what I wish they could have explained more just because it's a spoiler. Probably mention that up a little later when I finally get to the spoiler section, but not right now because I don't want to be rude. I wish there would have been more time to talk about certain characters. Auburn's friend, or roommate that she's with. I thought she was funny in the certain scenes that she came out. I wish there was more backstory to her just to know her better and connect with her better. That's sort of why I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. Oh, and the way the love happened, just thought that was too fast. Bro, chill out, okay? If you haven't read any Colleen Hoover books, go buy one. All of them are fantastic. So that's it for the non-spoilers. I'm gonna get into the spoilers. If you haven't read it, just buy. Come back when you have. I'm gonna direct this specifically toward a friend who I know is gonna wanna watch the whole video and see my awkwardness. But no, Michelle, you can't stay and watch the whole video. So you can leave. If you haven't read it, then bye. Okay, now let's get down to the spoilers. Oh my god, at the beginning, when Owen is finally talking about how he knows her, like, I was like, dude, this guy is so creepy. How the heck does he know her? Ooh. I couldn't figure out how he knew her. Like, it took me a while to finally connect the pieces. It took me a while to figure out that he could have known her, like, when his dad was at the hospital and she was at the hospital with Adam, because, you know, he was dying. And when he was arrested for possession of drugs, I got so mad. I was like, really? You already promised me Auburn and you ruined it? All I was thinking was maybe he was covering for someone, because he didn't seem like the person that would do drugs. So I was thankful when we found out that they weren't his, and he was sort of like framed for it, and he was covering for someone, because he and Trey know each other, which Trey was so annoying. I wanted to punch him so many times. Just cool down, it's okay. He's just a fictional character, don't get mad. The biggest part for me was when we find out she has a kid. I don't know if anyone like ended up figuring out, but I couldn't figure it out because I forgot who Lydia was, and I was like, who is this lady? Like, why does she keep talking to her? It's because I couldn't figure out who Lydia was, so it took me a while to connect it. But when she was like talking to her son, and I was like, oh, it all makes sense, because Lydia is Adam's mom, and they're talking about where they had sex, so, you know, he was made like that. They were in the moment, they were feeling it. So, and when Owen didn't judge her and was like, oh, it's okay, like, you talk to your son the way my mom used to like talk to us, and I was just like, oh, my heart. It was just like boom, 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 boom. That's when I really started liking Owen more, because he didn't really judge her. And we find out that the reason she's in Texas is because she wants custody of her child. She followed Lydia because Lydia said she would take care of him, but, you know, she takes control. And I thought it was so annoying when she's like, oh, well, I've raised kids before, so I know what I'm doing. Like, you also started off having just one kid. I'm sure you know how hard it was, so you could have at least guided her, not freaking taken over completely. You crazy lady. When we find out Owen's dad was the one who was doing the drugs, I was just like, what? And then I figured out it was true that he was covering for someone. I didn't think it'd be for his dad, because, you know, his dad is like a lawyer, you know. It's kind of understandable because he can't get over what happened to his wife. I just didn't like that he wasn't acting like a dad, and he always got mad at Owen when he's in jail. That's the part where I said why I was giving it a 4 out of 5, was because I felt that they should have explained it more as to like what was going on in jail and what Auburn was doing during that time, because she said it was like 27 days or something. So I think they could have talked about that a little bit more, or maybe it was like the amount of pages they could have. So, you know, it's really small, like 300 and something pages. I don't know, I just thought that could have been explained a little bit more better, in my opinion. When she blackmails Trey and gets Lydia to sign the papers so she can keep custody of her child, I was like, you go, girl. That's how you do it. I mean, I know blackmail's not, like, good, but, you know, if she wouldn't have done it, then Trey would have kept going at it. Lydia would have had control, and Lydia's a crazy lady. The part that made me all, like, teary-eyed, I think it was the part where, like, Owen and his dad are finally talking, and he decides that, you know, he's gonna be gone for a while because he's gonna get help. It was good to see his dad finally realize what he was doing and step up and take action of what he was doing, like, of his mistakes. I thought the book was good overall. Gave it a 4 out of 5 just because of the things I discussed earlier about me maybe having more time and explaining things a little bit better. That's it. Hopefully I'll see y'all next week, or I'll see y'all next year, because we all know it took me a year to finally come back. Hopefully it won't take me a year to upload. Maybe I'll be back next week. And that's it. I'll see y'all later. Bye.